Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back once again, race fans here. Thursday night Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Action on tap for you, presented to you by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. Tonight, these drivers head off into the rockin' 130 here at Rockingham Motor Speedway here. The Rock, very famous, historic track here in North Carolina. Gonna be a great show, that's for sure. The second round in our little old school stint last week. Remember, we were at another historic track here on the NASCAR side of things, North Wilkesboro. Bryson Clark walking away with the race win last week. However, Bryson not going to be able to make it a back-to-back race-winning weekends, as he has not been able to make the trip here to Thunder Alley. There you see it here at The Rock. Man, I tell you what, it is going to be one heck of a show. How you doing? How you feeling here tonight on Thursday night? Thanks for joining us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As always, I am Darkside Dave in the Cave, bringing you all the great action here from The Rock with the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, presented to you by BladeNode.com. With all that being said, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to some official race business as these drivers continue to shake down the cars here in the happy hour at about 2 minutes remaining here in happy hour before we'll get set to go qualifying. There you see your championship standings coming into week number 8 here in the Pro Cup Series. Tanner Tallarico sitting on top of the point standings right now, 235 right there. GT Irizarry, Brett the Jet sitting right there in third. He's got some ground that he is going to have to pick up if he's going to want to dethrone Tallarico at this point in time. Kyle Jett sitting nice right there in fourth. Tim Rogers rounding out the top 5. Davey Hendricks, Chris Dean, Brian Dorsey, Mike Berg are the drivers sitting in the top 10. There you see Tom Richard right there in 13th. Crank Bell, Jeff Sharp rounding out your top 15. Last week's race winner knocking on the door of a top 15 after the points from that race win. So Bryson making a big jump through the points, but unfortunately going to fall a few more spots backwards after not being able to get to the track here tonight for whatever reasons it may have been. There you see Travis Everett, also one of those drivers that have been to victory lane this season, but sitting well back in the point standings, sitting in the 21st spot. And as we sit and go through these point standings, I do want to keep you viewers in mind, you fans, friends out there joining us here tonight. Only the top 8 will make it into the championship 3 races, so we'll wait and see how all that shakes down. Tanner Tallarico knocking on the door of going ahead and shoring up his championship hopes and dreams. His chase pretty much just a few races away from being locked up for that number 1 machine, so we'll have to watch and see how he goes out here tonight, where that number 1's able to shake out, sitting right now top of the speed charts with a 22.60. Closest time back is Michael Sturgill and Brett Hahn right there, 22.67 for both of those drivers. So just about a 10th off of Tallarico right now in happy hour. We'll wait and see if any of that speed can translate into qualifying speed. The Rock known for some track position racing, basically. Very hard track to pass at. Very, very hard track just to continue to put down consistent fast laps. Very bumpy, rough track out there. Unfortunately, after wadding the Turn 3 cutaway car up at North Wilkesboro, they did not allow me to bring one down here to the Rock, so really just have some old school knowledge. Haven't been in the car since the new build here at the Rock, so not quite sure how these cars are going to be handling off the corner. But Judging off of what we've seen in happy hour, cars are going to be pretty light on the tail end side of things, as it looks like qualifying is set to begin. We do have a few drivers getting into their car. Looks like the two of Chris Dean is going to be the first driver out on track. He's joined by Crank Bell, Chris Wold, Michael Sturgill, Eric Moore, Jamie Beasley, all out on track. So I tell you what, let's go out there with the driver that was top of the speed charts there in happy hour, Tanner Tallarico. He's out there on track. Let's see if we can't go around here, follow Tallarico on his opening laps. Tallarico crossing the line to begin his first time lap. We do have multiple drivers out there. Chris Dean, Brian Dorsey, Jeff Sharp, Jamie Beasley, Eric Moore, Travis Everett, Michael Sturgill. Ton of drivers. Crank Bell, I apologize there. Coming off of 4, nice and smooth. The one of Tallarico going to cross the line. Where's he going to go? Looks like he's going to go top of the speed charts right now with his first time lap. There you see, we'll throw your qualifying scoring chart over there on the top left for you so you can keep an eye on it just as well. A little bit of a blink moment there for Tallarico. He comes back, everything's fine. Kyle Jett sitting in second, Michael Sturgill third, Travis Everett with a jump up to fifth. Tallarico improves with his second time lap. We'll jump out there now, see if anybody else is out there on a flyer. Looks like Eric Anderson on his qualifying laps. Jamie Beasley slotting in nice into the 16th spot, and looks like Anderson done his time lap. We'll jump out there, see how Mike Berg finishes off his first time lap. Gonna cross the line that time by. Let's see where Berg goes. All the way to the 5th spot. Does he have enough to dethrone Tallarico here? In contact with the wall. Coming out of 2 on lap number 2. That's not going to be what Berg wanted. No, now riding the wall. Look at that. A little bit of skateboarding action. Grind and shine. Baby, the 81 has got to get a new suspension. That Havoline 81 machine has seen some better days, but having a little fun with it. Berg going to go to the backup. No harm, no foul. We'll get set to go once again here in just a few moments. Nobody out on the track right now. Taking a look around, and not seeing anybody out there right now. So I tell you what, why don't we go through a little bit of your race information here for you tonight. Track just under a 1 mile track, and it's not really a D-shaped oval, more of a bean, a P, definitely not a P, a bean-shaped oval maybe. I don't know how you want to classify this thing, but look at the most important thing underneath it right there. 107 degrees on the track temperature right now. It is going to be very slick for these Cup Series drivers. You might see a few of them slipping and sliding out there as the air temp just beneath 80 degrees. So look for that track temperature to possibly increase as we get a little bit more heat down in the track and these drivers wear some rubber off here as the race continues on. Gonna tell you what, let's jump out there now. Brett Hahn, Brett the Jet, the 71 machine. He's jumped out there. He's tried to sneak out there on a qualifying lap. We'll jump out there with him on his first time lap. And I tell you what, we do have an onboard camera. Let's go down now with our gyro cam on board with that 71 on his second qualifying lap. There you can just hear the tires screeching and squealing away as that 71 machine tried to improve. Doesn't go anywhere higher than the 9th spot. Danny Diaz was in the car, now hopping back out of the car, so he'll take just a moment before he gets set to do his time lapse. Tell you what, the 34 of Tom Richard, he's coming off of turn 4 right now. Gonna come across the line this time by, coming right at you. And that BladeNode.com 34 machine, where's he go? Up to 6th on the speed charts. We're just right at the halfway point here tonight. We've got 19 drivers on the scoring pylon. We've still got 10 left to put in their qualifying lap. So multiple drivers still left to qualify. Looks like Eddie Behan may be making his way to the car and possibly out there on the track. I tell you what, yes, Behan rolling off of pit road. So we'll jump out there now, take a look at him as he begins his qualifying lap. The 55 out there getting up to speed now. And nobody being able to do anything with that one of Tanner Tallarico sitting quick time right now, 22:57 for Tallarico. That's faster than what he ran in happy hour, so the speed translating over into qualifying for that whole one crew. We'll have to wait and see if it continues on into the race, and if the one is the driver that sets the pace here for tonight's Rockin' 130 here. Brought to you by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. Behan down and away through turn number 2, back down the backstretch into turn number 3. Second time lap here in qualifying. Behan fourth on the speed charts. First time lap, cutting through the apron right near the grass. That's going to be close. Do they count it? Do they count it? Ooh, no, they're not going to count it. Looks like he may have clipped the grass just a little bit there. So, unfortunately, Behan's second time lap not going to go in the books for him. We'll see if anybody else is out there qualifying. Looks like Jay Morris, Nick Fleury also out there on track. Tell you what, let's go back here with that 25 machine. I tell you what, a man of my own heart. Looks like he's got a Ferrari shirt on there, buddy. I've got a Ferrari limited edition Pumas. Yeah. Something sweet, I tell you what. Ooh, up and into the outside wall is that 25 machine of Fleury. Jumping back now with the 101 of David Gain fourth as he's down the backstretch on his second time lap into turn number 3 now. No, and looks like the 101 going to go ahead and call it quits. Bringing it to pit road this time by, and that's going to do it for qualifying. Nobody else out there on track. Right at the 7-minute mark remaining. So it looks like that one of Tanner Tallarico going to walk away with the pole position here tonight. We'll have to keep an eye on that. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Pay a few bills. You know how that goes. We'll be back trackside for the national anthem. Then get ready to go green flag racing here at The Rock.
Representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative. The estimated hold time is currently less than 96 minutes. You are currently caller number 32.
Are you tired of getting blown out of the water by other web hosting solutions? At BladeNode.com, our affordable web hosting and quick customer support is our #1 priority. BladeNode Web Hosting was started with a mission to provide premium hosting at half the price as other hosts without sacrificing features, reliability, and 24/7 customer support with a live technician. Join our community today by visiting BladeNode.com and using promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your first package.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in
flying over. You know what time it is. Engines fired. Ready to kick things off here tonight in Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series here at The Rock. That's right, it's Rockingham. 130 laps around this 1 mile track. Tanner Tallarico taking the pole position here tonight. Your starting lineup looks a little something like this. Starting inside row number 1, your pole sitter, your championship points leader, the one of Tanner Tallarico. Starting just to his outside, the 17 of Kyle Jett, row number 2. The 48 of Tim Rogers, followed by the 55 of Eddie Behan, row number 3. The 90 of Mike Sturgill, and the 81 of Mike Berg, row number 4. The 34 of Tom Richard, and the 4 of GT Irizarry, row number 5. And rounding out your top 10, the 13 of Travis Everett, and the 27 of Jay Morris. Starting in the 6th row, Brett Hahn and Chris Dean, row number 7. Crank Bell and Richard Pruitt, row number 8 here tonight. The 19 of Jeff Sharp, followed by the 12 of Mike Grandy, Nick Fleury, and Eric Moria will round out row number 9. Row number 10 here tonight, the 9 of Brian Dorsey, and the 101 of David Gain, 4th. Row number 11, the 44 of Cole Gray, followed by the 32 of Chris Wold. The 29 of Jamie Beasley and Paul Turner will make up row number 12. Row number 13, Bob Rogerson and Andy Cork, sitting in row 14 inside. The 83 of Eric Anderson, Dan Diaz just to his outside, and rounding out the field, Shotgun Sally here tonight, the 93 of Andrew Payne. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for your starting lineup. We'll get set to go green flag racing for the first time here tonight. This time by Chevy Silverado Pace Truck lights are out. We are set to go green flag racing. Gonna make that left-hand turn. There she goes. We're ready to go fire things off for the first time here tonight. And green flag flies for the first time. Big time wiggle on the front there by the 17. Oh my goodness, Kyle Jett falling big time through the field already. Back to the 6th position. Tallarico gets a great jump on the field back into turn number 3 for the first time here tonight. You'll notice right there, race fans, at the top of the ticker there, you see Tanner Tallarico's name right there. It's in green. Well, that's because he's pretty much locked up into that championship 8. He's going to have some pretty catastrophic races over the next 7 weeks. And if he can walk away with yet another race win, that's going to pretty much sew it up for him. As long as he finishes about top 15, the remaining of the races, he should be able to slot himself into the championship. So just a little preview of what the future's going to come to look like here in Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, presented to you by BladeNode.com. Tonight we're here at the famous Rockingham Speedway. Tanner Tallarico continues leading the field after dominating in happy hour and walking away with the pole position. Has not looked back. Beginning lap number 4, now has about a 2-car race advantage over the 55 of Eddie Behan. Michael Sturgill right there behind him. Close battle right here, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Michael Sturgill, Mike Berg, and Tim Rogers, all 3 of these drivers battling it out right now, and more battles throughout the track. Let's go back here. There you see that 34 of Tom Richard, Travis Everett, Brett Hahn, Crank Bell, Chris Dean right here in the mix, and more drivers mixing it up just behind them. Oh, Richard with a moment right there. Richter with a moment has to slot back a few positions now, falling back into the 10th spot. That's going to allow the 71 of Brett Hahn to try to work his way by and get up there and maybe heat up Travis Everett, get him looking in his rear view mirror, make a mistake, and then try see if he can't run down the 4 machine of GT Irizarry, sitting right there in the 7th position. Battle at the front has not went away, but Michael Sturgill, he has been able to get by Tanner Tallarico. Tanner having a moment off of turn number 2 last lap. Got a little bit loose. That allowed a few of the drivers to make their way by. Now Sturgill starting to walk away from the field. Sturgill was one of those drivers that was very, very fast in happy hour. We're going to have to keep our eye on that, but the battle right now on track is for that second, third, fourth position. The 48 of Tom Rogers. There you see him just behind your pole sitter here tonight, Tanner Tallarico. And now Sturgill with an extra point in his bag. Tallarico with a few points in his bag already here. The bonus points going to him for the pole position as well as leading a lap. Now Sturgill looking to check out from the field. And whoa, the 48 gets a little bit of help. Oh, and caution comes out. More drivers involved. Rogers with a bit of a moment there back through the field. We'll check this out, see what happened here. Oh, and for some reason it says you're not going to look. So there you see the 43 getting a little bit sideways. Dan Diaz with a bit of a moment. He crashed on the backstretch. Go up here. Let's see what happened with the 81 and Kyle Jett also involved in this one. There you see Kyle Jett and the 17. The 48 get caught up. They go around. See if we can't get another look at that. Kyle Jett, there you see him right there. We'll take one more look at this. I tell you what, let's go see if we can't go on board here. There you see the nose, and there's the contact, and the 48 around. 17 trying to catch it, and almost into that outside wall. That could have been pretty bad. That could have ended very, very poorly. Let's just say it that way. So Kyle Jett, after contact, fortunately able to keep the contact to a minimum. That's going to put us back under caution here at the track for the first time. Lap number 10 out of the 130 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. One attempt at a green and white checkered for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, presented to you by BladeNode.com. If you haven't already, head on over to the Cyber Thunder Facebook page. Check these guys out. They got a multiple different series that they run. A great group of guys, and I promise you, get hooked up, get racing with them. You won't be disappointed. So head on over onto Facebook and just type it on in that search bar. You know how to look for things. You Google things all the time. And I mean, if you're Googling things, you might as well go ahead and check out BladeNode.com or make it easy on yourself. Scroll down there in the description, click on the link, head on over there and check out all the great things that BladeNode.com can do for you. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. And I tell you what, field under caution here. Heading down the back stretch. Let's see. And doesn't look like we have. Actually, we do. There we see him. Sorry, trying to scroll through all the channel listings that we have here, all the drivers' numbers and updated numbers from last week. So things a little bit of a disarray over here for me right now as far as what driver is what. Some drivers switching radio channels on us. So no big deal. But maybe next time we'll be able to head down trackside and get in a few words with your race leader. Chevy Silverado pace truck light's going to go off this time. Byfield will begin to get double file. We'll see what's going to happen here on the first restart of the night. Will the inside lane be the one that these drivers are going to have to fight for? Or could we possibly see the 81 with a good restart on the outside and maybe be able to work that high lane through 1 and 2 and keep the momentum down the back stretch? We'll have to see how it all shakes out here, though. The 90 of Michael Sturgill will have control of the green flag once the Chevy Silverado pace truck has ducked off. Field tightening the gaps for the restart as they make their way halfway through 3 and 4. Field getting ready to go back. Green flag racing once again here at Rockingham Speedway. Oh, Down and away, here we go. Green flag in the air. Michael Sturgill with a good start, but Berg gets a better one on the outside. Berg looking to take the lead. He's got the nose in front. Can he keep the power down? Struggling to keep the power down off of 2. Drag race down the backstretch for the race lead. Can Berg get the start he needed? Oh, looks like it's finally going to go away. The inside lane paying off now as the 90 of Sturgill made his way by the 81 of Berg. Eddie Behan right there in third. Tanner Tallarico now back up into fourth. GT Irizarry in that 14 machine sitting just behind him. 71 of Brett Hahn. Travis Everett right there as well. Tom Richter right there in the 8th position. Nick Fleury in 9th. Crank Bell round out your top 10. A little bit of a who's who as we work our way back through the field. I tell you what, let's go look at this little scrum going on. Battle for 15th, 16th, 17th. Morris, Moyer, Dorsey, Gray, Wold, Jet, Gainforth, all right here mixing it up. That's from about 15th all the way to 22nd. So all these drivers lined up. Meanwhile, back at the front, Michael Sturgill continues to try to increase his race lead. Not having any of it is driver of that 81 machine, Mike Berg. He's right there on the hunt. Tanner Tallarico has been able to get by Eddie Behan, so put Tallarico back up into that 3rd spot. And I wonder if that has got to to concern either of these two drivers in front of him. Tallarico had a little bit of a moment earlier in the race, upset the tires for just a brief moment. Fell through the field, but now is clawing his way back to the front. Still very early here tonight. Only lap number 17 drivers making their way off of 4 to begin lap number 18 out of the 130 scheduled here tonight. But, these drivers, they've only got 4 sets of tires here at the Rock. And Rockingham is known for eating the tire. Oh, my goodness. Big time moment there for Mike Berg. Almost in to that outside wall off of turn number 2, and I'm telling you, that's going to be a hot spot here tonight. Drivers trying to float it out there and just catching that outside wall a little bit, as Berg has been able to close the distance to Sturgill, and that has brought Tallarico right in the mix. Brett Hahn still sitting about 1.2 seconds off of your race leader, about 0.7 of a second off of the back end of Tallarico. Tallarico is right there now. That's going to be a 3-car battle for the race lead. We'll step a little back further in the field. Battle here between GT Irizarry, Travis Everett, Eddie Behan. That is for 5th, 6th, and 7th on the track right now, respectively. And just behind them, I mean, look at that long train of cars. All of these drivers still right here in the mix. And after a moment there, in qualifying, you can see that 25 of Fleury seems to be hooked up. And I tell you what, why don't we go ahead down there on board, take a few laps around this great track here on board with the driver of that 25 machine. Let's go on board now for a lap here at Rockingham. A few other onboard cameras out there for you tonight. Let's check in with that 27 of Jay Morris. Morris carrying one of our ZL1 Chevy Camaro onboard cameras here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So big shout out to the entire 27 crew allowing us to get in there, get you some of these onboard camera shots here from the Rockingham Motor Speedway in week number 8 here for Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, presented to you by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. We continue to watch that 27 of Jay Morris as he's trying to improve that 14th position, and he's not going to be able to just yet. Trying to close the distance on the drivers in front of him, not being able to just yet. Now battle at the front, Tanner Tallarico. He is done away with Mike Berg. Now Berg struggling with Brett Hahn. Hahn looking to the inside. He's going to make the pass. coming out of turn number 2, and that has put Tallarico in a position to pounce. Is he going to be able to do so? He's right there. I mean, just a few more car lengths, and he's going to be right on that back bumper of Michael Sturgill. And I tell you what, we'll take a look back just so you can see just how close it really is. Coming right in your living room, right on the rear bumper of Michael Sturgill, is that one machine of Tanner Tallarico. Now looking to the inside, not quite clear just yet. A little bit of contact. Driver's touch going into turn number 1, now making their way back down the back stretch, side by side. Drag race into turn 3. Tallarico with the preferred spot at the bottom. Here comes Brett Hahn. Sturgill gonna lose some spots. He's gonna drop back to the 3rd position, but has Tallarico open the door for Hahn? He's going to slice right across the nose of that 71 machine, put Tallarico back to your race lead once again. New race leader, 3rd race leader here tonight from Rockingham. Lap 28 out of the 130 scheduled here tonight, and we are creeping in on just 100 laps remaining. These drivers picking them up and laying them. Oh, big moment for one of the drivers off in front of your race leaders. Ooh, that 43 machine having a little bit of a time. Dan Diaz having to collect the car. Now, Jet looking to the inside. Brett Hahn. Fans in the stands screaming it loud and proud. Brett the Jet to the front of the field. Put a bonus point in the back pocket of that 71 machine and his crew. Heck of a job, heck of a pass, making his way by Sturgill as well as Tallarico. Tallarico had the race lead there for a moment. Not quite sure what happened. Didn't look like he was having any issues. Didn't look to get out of shape. And Hahn just was able to get the draft. There you see kind of a move right there that 71 pulled on the one machine. Now Tallarico looking to repay the favor. He's going to make the pass on Sturgill. Put Sturgill back to the 3rd spot, but that's let Hahn walk away from the field just a little bit. Tallarico sitting about a half a second off of the rear bumper of that 71 machine. Tallarico in 2nd, 3rd place. Michael Sturgill. GT Irizarry sitting in 4th, 5th place. Mike Berg, 6th. Travis Everett, Tom Richard right there in 7th. 8th place is Eddie B. Hahn. 9th is Chris Dean. Nick Fleury rounds out your top 10. I tell you what, we're going to go back here, keep an eye on this little battle unfolding. There you see the 4 cars all lined up with each other. The 34 of Tom Richard trying to get his BladeNote.com Chevy Z01 Camaro up towards the front of the field, and it is pretty much a Camaro-dominated front of the field. We do have a few other manufacturers in there. One Toyota up at the front being piloted by Michael Sturgill, then GT Irizarry and Travis Everett driving the Fords, as well as Eddie Behan. Then it's a long train of Chevys all the way back to 16th. Working our way just under the 100 laps remaining mark here tonight from The Rock. And Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series presented to you by BladeNode.com. BladeNode, simple web solutions powered by nerds. Now Richter looks to make the pass on that 81 of Berg. Berg struggling right now, falling back through the field in big time out of shape. Off of turn 4, you can see the tail end of that 81 steps sideways on him. Now the 34 all over that rear bumper. And I tell you what, let's go on board now with that driver of the 34 machine. Yet, a little bit of contact with that outside wall. You got to be careful kissing the wall here. It can come back to haunt you. They don't call it The Rock for no reason. Down the back stretch, Thunder Alley back into turn number 3. Right back on that rear bumper of the 81 machine is Tom Richard trying to make the pass, trying to move up into the 6th position. And there you can see, that's the rest of the field. That's your race leaders that just headed off into turn number 1. A little bit of smoke in front of these drivers. And Tallarico now trying to catch back up to Brett Hahn. Looks like he's closing the distance now within 0.3 of a second, as both of those drivers have stepped away from Michael Sturgill. Great shots here tonight. Want to give a big shout out and thank you to Esteban for all the great camera work that he does here for us at Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's the track cams, the car cams. If you like any of the cams you see, you can head off down in the description here and click the link. Promise you, he's got some great stuff. All the cameras that you see here on the Turn 3 Racing Network provided by Esteban, and all of in all of his efforts does I would say the best job out of any of the camera creators, and does a great job at bringing you some great action from each and every track around the world here on the iRacing.com simulator. So yeah, we'll just end it with that. We'll end it with a so yeah. What could be more Dave than a so yeah? Back at the front, there you see battle once again. Tanner Tallarico all over the rear deck lid of that 71 machine. Brett Hahn having to block a little bit, but now we have got lap traffic coming into play. Your race leaders looking to the inside of the 57. That's going to put the 67 of Andy Cork down one lap, and we now have 25 drivers left on the lead lap. We started tonight's race with 29 drivers. We have still got 28 out there, 27, scratch that, 27 drivers still out there on track as the 48 of Tim Rogers. He's had some issues and had to call it quits here tonight, back behind the wall for extensive repairs. And the 93 of Andrew Payne never quite got off the starting grid, had to go back behind the wall. So unfortunate for Andrew. He's going to end tonight's race in the final spot. But we've still got a long way to go here, race fans. Do want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight as we watch the one of Tanner Tallarico reclaim the race lead once again here at Rockingham. Now high above the track here, and one of our drone cams may get a few little building shots as, it looks like we've got some drivers on the pit road. Looks like Richard Pruitt brought his machine to pit road, the 24 on the pit road. Andy Cork also on the pit road. More drivers heading towards pit road right now as your race leader Tanner Tallarico as well as Brett Hahn make their way by the 83 of Eric Anderson. That's going to put 23 drivers left onto the lead lap. And Paul Turner, he's in danger. He's pretty close here to going a lap down as well, just in front of your race leaders. Tell you what, let's get a little bit closer to the action once again as Tanner Tallarico continues to run at the front of the field. He's got a 6/10 second race lead over Brett Hahn. GT Irv's already now sitting in third, just making his way past the back marker, that 83 machine. Then a little bit of a gap back to Michael Sturgill, Travis Everett, and Mike Berg. Tom Richard, Chris Dean, Eddie Behan, and Nick Fleury still rounds out your top 10. Solid run for this 25 machine, but he has got the 17 of Kyle Jett all over him, working over that rear bumper right now. And if they don't watch out, the 12 of Mike Grandy, Jeff Sharp, Eric Moyer, they're going to be there in just a lap or two, because once you get racing hard, it does tend to bring a lot of the drivers behind you right back up and into the mix. And now looking to the inside on them, there you see Jett making the pass down to the inside, nice and smooth. Not really a slide job, nice and controlled. Now the 25 looking to cross over, looking to the inside, back into turn number 3, not going to be there, closing the door as the 17 of Kyle Jett, as the 83 of Eric Anderson pulls it off of the racing surface down on the pit road. He's going to service his machine as the field continues. Green flag racing here tonight, lap 48 out of 130. Tanner Tallarico continues to lead the race, now stepping out to almost a 1 second lead. One of the biggest leads we've seen any driver have so far here tonight. And keep in mind, most of these drivers have not been to pit road just yet, so they have been out there for 50 laps on these tires and fuel. Some of these drivers may need to pay attention to the tire wear and how that right front, possibly that left front, could be getting chewed up here pretty good, as well as these drivers are in somewhat of a four-wheel slide through 3 and 4, but it doesn't seem to be affecting your race leader. There you see him once again in a world of his own. No real threats in front or behind for the driver of that one machine. Tanner Tallarico continues his domination here tonight at Rockingham. So, I mean, this is a good way to head off into the second half of the regular season tonight, just about the halfway point. Or I should say tonight is the halfway race in the regular season for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, presented to you by BladeNode.com. So Tallarico sitting with 2 wins coming into tonight. If he can sew up a 3rd win, that will pretty much go ahead and lock him into the championship. Not off of the race wins, because it's not a win and you're in. It's top 8 in the points after the final regular season race at Talladega Super Speedway. That's going to be in a few weeks down the road, so keep your eye coming out for that. That's going to be a very, very close and tough race to call, because it's a kind of a crapshoot at Talladega, and that is the Chase Cutoff. So we may see some wild and crazy moves being made by some of these drivers. Nothing wild and crazy right now at the front for your race leader, Tanner Tallarico. Brett Hahn still sitting in second, GT Irizarry in third, Michael Sturgill now fourth. Fifth is Travis Everett. On to pit road that time by is the 29 of Jamie Beasley. Paul Turner came off of pit road, no harm, no foul. Paul was a little bit of an extended stay there, 51 seconds on and off of pit road. 18 seconds in the pit box for Turner, so a little bit longer of a stay. Gonna lose a little bit of time to the field as we continue green flag racing. Only one caution so far here tonight. That was around lap number 7. We have been green flag ever since Tanner Tallarico had the race lead, lost it 2 or 3 times here during this green flag run, but since reclaiming the lead, he has stepped out to an absolute tremendous lead. Now 2.5 seconds back to this man right here, Brett Hahn. He has got GT Irizarry breathing down his neck. Irizarry right there trying to take a top spot away. And I tell you what, well, why don't we go on board now here with that driver of that 14 machine, Irizarry, as he's trying to run down Brett Hahn. Hahn right there in second, trying to make his way through some of this lap traffic that Tanner Tallarico is just slicing through. Oh, and caution, flag flies. Oh, that could have been bad. Looks like David Gainforth may have been involved in this latest one. We'll take a look back here, see what happened. There you see Gainforth coming off of turn 2 after being passed by the race leader. And oh no, looks like I believe that was the 3 of Eric Moore. Yes, it was. Eddie Behan, Travis Everett, and Eric Moore caught up in a little bit of an incident here. We'll wait and see what happened. There you see the 55 of Behan. He's just caught up in it after the fact. More drivers caught up. The 13, the 43. Oh, man. Ton of drivers caught up in this one. Ooh, my goodness. A lot of drivers caught up in this one, so we'll get back to the front live as the field heads to pit road. Looks like we have a few drivers staying out on track, and that's going to be the drivers that are down a lap. So most of these drivers looking for the wave around at this point in time. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away from the track for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with all your green flag action live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
rolling on the back straightaway.
Get ready. This is going to be tight. Out of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen. The All-American 400 is underway.
Got to be careful. The bumps here can get you every time. Entering the corner, exiting the corner.
Back track side as the field receives the 1 to go. Multiple wave around cars making their way around the Chevy Silverado pace truck. Race lead will be back in the hands of that one machine of Tanner Tallarico. He's going to have Brett Honta as outside, Tom Richard right there in third. Fourth place, Chris Dean, Kyle Jett, Nick Fleury round out your top 6. Mike Grandy, Chris Wold, Brian Dorsey, Cole Gray now cracks into the top 10. Mike Gray out there on the YouTube side of things. Want to give him a big shout out. Cheering on Cole out there. Tells him, got to put the hammer down, Cole, and get to the front and just keep digging. And I'm sure he's trying, and he's on his way. One of the biggest movers of the race so far. 12 positions so far on the night for that 44 machine of Cole Gray. Chevy Silverado pace truck down on the way. Tanner Tallarico on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Rockingham. The Rock has not disappointed here tonight. Long green flag stint that last time by only our second caution here tonight so far from the Rock. And close quarters right there. Chris Dean coming down off of the corner just in front of that 34 machine of Tom Richard. Richter now looking to the inside. Close racing there as Dean closed the door. And that number 2, Whataburger machine, looking to keep Richter back there behind him. Nick Fleury now back up into the top 5. Running just behind him, Kyle Jett and Mike Grandy. Both of those drivers have been battling for multiple laps here tonight throughout the race. A little bit further back through the field, but now battling for some positions at the front of the field. Going to take a look back here through the field, see what has happened to some of the drivers. It looks like Eddie Behan has dropped a few positions. That 55 machine was at the front. Checking him in with him as the 55 of Mike Berg making his way by Mike, one of those drivers that had to take a wave around that last time by Berg after leading the race, now struggling as the last car on the lead lap, sitting well off the pace from the front where he was earlier tonight, sitting in the 16th spot. Eddie Behan in the 55 machine, now losing a spot to the 27 of Jay Morris. Just in front of them, Dorsey, Wold, they put on a show in a battle for the 9th and 10th position. We'll go back up here now at the front. Look at this little battle going on. Kyle Jett, GT Irizarry, Nick Fleury, all right here embroiled in a battle from that's about third I apologize. That's a 5th back to 9th place right there. All of those drivers stacked up with each other. Irizarry, Flory, Grandy, Dorsey, all stacked up with each other, trying to decide who's going to take what spot. Still a long way to go before we get to the end of things here. Now coming out of turn number, coming out of turn number 4, back into turn number 1 and 2, lap number 69 out of the 130 scheduled here tonight from The Rock and Cyber Thunders. Excuse me, sorry. Had to get something to drink right there. Just something not working out there in the back of the throat. Yeah. Anyways, we'll just leave that one alone. Lap number 70 now on the board out of the 130 scheduled here tonight. The 12 machine still trying to work over Fleury, but Grandy just not being able to do it as of yet. That has let Kyle Jett and GT Irizarry kind of step away, and they have begun to run down that 34 machine of Tom Richter right there in the 4th spot. Christine, Brett Hahn, the 2nd and 3rd. Tanner Tallarico continues to lead the field, just about 0.2 of a second, though, not really getting away from Hahn on this restart. Gonna take a look at this battle that's going on right here, because Irizarry, he is all over Kyle Jett's rear bumper right now. Irizarry heating him up, trying to get that 14 machine up inside the top 5. Hugging that yellow line through the corner. Most of the drivers, that's the preferred line through 1 and 2 right there, down as low as you can get, trying to get the power down and get the run off of 2 down the back stretch, down through Thunder Alley and back into turn number 3. 3 is a little bit more forgiving. You can run it up the hill a little bit. You don't necessarily have to keep it right down pinned at the bottom like most of these drivers doing right here in 1 and 2. Once again, back off of 2, shaking up the track just a little bit is that 17 of Kyle Jett. Tom Richter right there in front of him. How's it shaking out at the front? Tanner Tallarico, there he's got Brett Hahn right behind him. Hahn has closed it back into a 2 to 3 car race disadvantage right now. And man, we are close to about 50 laps or so remaining here tonight. Closer to, 60? You guys know I don't math well. However many laps are left, these drivers putting on one heck of a show so far here tonight. Tanner Tallarico was the fastest in happy hour, was the fastest in qualifying, has now led the race for, closing in on close to, probably about 50 or more laps being led here tonight from Tallarico, just giving up the race lead momentarily to a few other drivers. Brett Hahn did have the race lead at one point in time here tonight. Mike Berg also had the race lead for a moment. The 90 of Michael Sturgill also had the race lead for a moment. Unfortunately, Sturgill caught up in one of the incidents here tonight, and Sturgill being relegated all the way back to the 26th position, as we've still got 15 drivers on the lead lap. We've still got 25 out of the 29 drivers that started tonight's race still out there on the track. So a lot on the line, a lot at stake in battle for the front, and looks like Tallarico just kind of let Hahn go right there. Not quite sure what's going on there with that one machine, and caution comes out. Looks like Eric Anderson around backwards on the track. No front clip on that machine. We'll go back, see what happened here. Here's the 83 and the underdog machine out there. Hits that outside wall trying to catch it, and hard impact. Once again, more impact. And that's all she wrote. 83 machine with a rough ride. We'll take a look here on board. There's the contact. Trying to save it. Gassed it, and more contact. And all right, sorry, guys. Day's done. Eric Anderson in the 83 machine after that contact there. There you seen it live on the screen. Looks like his day more than likely will be coming to an end, so that will put us back under caution as the field all makes a break to pit road. And ooh, do we have anybody staying out? Looks like the 24 machine gonna stay out, receive one of his laps back. And the 83 machine, he's still out there. Eric Anderson's still out there trucking, trying to get back to pit road, see if he can't fix anything up. But his underdog machine has seen some better days. That Ford Mustang not looking quite as pretty as it once did when it started tonight's race. And, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Another great commercial break here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. The one of Tanner Tallarico wins the race off of pit road. He'll have the 71 of Brett Hahn just to his outside for this latest restart after just our third caution here tonight from The Rock. This 1 mile historic oval track can give quite a few drivers a fit out there, but these drivers putting on one heck of a show. No real big incidents to be talked about so far here tonight as the field makes their way back through 3 and 4 double file. Now gap's going to begin to get a little bit closer as they get ready to go. Green flag racing. Chevy Silverado pace truck will duck off this time by. Down and away. Field to the restart box, and green flag flies once again here at Rockingham Speedway. Down into turn number 1. Tallarico with a good jump on the field, and caution flag gonna fly once again. Looks like Paul Turner may have had a little bit of an incident back towards the rear of the field. There you see driver of that 42 machine. We'll take a look, see what happened here with Turner on this restart. Oh, looks like checking up an accordion, and then on the apron and around he goes. A little bit of an assist by that 81 machine. And Turner, well, he's going to get it righted and headed back in the right direction. We'll go back at the front of the field with your race leader, Tanner Tallarico, as we work our way back up and behind that Chevy Silverado pace truck. And I tell you what, we check in with the race leader a lot. So let's not do that. Looks like a few drivers playing some pit road games. So I tell you what, let's see. We're going to pick a random number here tonight. What do you say? Let's go to 25. What do you say? Nick Fleury. Let's hope we don't jinx him here. Let's see if we've got him here. Looks like we do. Let's see if we can't dial him up here and get a quick word in with the driver of that number 25 machine. Nick Fleury, how you doing? It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm just surviving this thing.
Just surviving. Up 10 positions from where you started from, sitting pretty inside the top 10. Field going to get the one to go this time by. How you feeling about your chances here tonight? Got a great run going. Do you think you can keep it up here for the next 44 to 45 laps?
I think I can. I think I can hang on to a top 10, and that's really my only goal tonight. I wasn't able to get a whole lot of practice in this week, so I just never really got the track figured out. But by the end of the race, I'll get it figured out.
Well, my man, we do appreciate you taking some time to talk to us here tonight in the booth as you get the one to go. We'll let you go. Get ready to go back green flag racing. But before we let you do that, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody inside of the car?
Yeah, I got to thank my sponsors, J Angle Home Improvements, and CPM Incorporated, and of course my lovely wife.
You're lucky she didn't smack you in the head for putting her last on that list. I'm just saying. Just saying. Just say. All right, buddy, we won't keep you any longer. Good luck, elbows up.
Thanks.
All right, there you have it. Some words from the driver sitting inside of that 25 machine's cockpit. There you see him on board right now. Tell you what, we'll go to our gyro cam on board with this 25 for this latest restart. Thanking all the sponsors on the car. Thanking the wife, of course. And, of course, he loves you the most. I promise you. We love each and every one of our wives that allow us to come out here and do this. Without the great support of mine, I wouldn't be able to be sitting in this chair here tonight. So big shout out to all the support that we get from our wives. Big shout out to all of you out there in the YouTube land side of things, whether you're the fan, friend, or family out there joining us tonight. We do appreciate it each and every time you do join us. And looks like we've got a little bit of a delayed caution. So we're going to go back one to go this time by. A little bit of a delayed caution. Looks like maybe some of the running order not quite worked out where it needed to be. Race officials going to pull the plug on that one, get everybody in their correct starting position. So I tell you what, let's go back outside of that 25 machine, and there you see him lined up, fourth car inside row, trying to just have a good solid finish, up 10 starting spots from where he started tonight's race. Chris Wold and Chris Dean, the only other two drivers to make up just about the same amount of positions. 10 positions there for Chris Dean, and 11 positions for the driver in that 32 machine, Chris Wold. So Wold doing a heck of a job as up at the front. Dean having a little bit of a blink issue right now, and looks like Chevy Silverado pace truck down and away this time by. Green flag flies once again here at the Rock as Tallarico hits the loud pedal, and away we go. Back to turn number one, well and clear. Ken Hahn clear. Oh, Richter with a little bit of a moment, the 34 backpedaling right now on this restart. That's going to put the 12 into having to make some big time moves. He's going to slot in just in front of that 44 of Cole Gray. Cole knocking on the door of a top 10, now moving inside of that top 10. Now on the latest restart with just about 31 laps remaining. Back at the front, Tanner Tallarico still dealing with Brett Hahn, Chris Dean, and GT Irizarry battling third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all in a big-time battle now. We'll take a look at that one as your race leaders continue to battle for that top spot. But here's one of the hot and heavy battles on the track because it involves multiple drivers, and last time by, quick time on the track, fastest lap of the race. Tanner Tallarico puts down a 22.68. That's 0.2 faster than Brett Hahn's fastest lap. So Tanner Tallarico putting it down when it matters the most. He's trying to walk away now from the rest of the field. This battle's starting to calm down just a little bit as GT Irizarry makes a pass for the third spot, trying to make his way by that 2 of Chris Dean. Dean stuck on the outside. Kyle Jett in the 17 looking to try to fill the void. The door was open, but not going to be close enough to make anything happen with it. Kyle Jett going to slot back now into that 5th spot. Put GT Irizarry into the podium position. Up into 3rd. Brett Hahn still trying to chase down Tallarico. He's about 7/10 off of your race leader. But look for that to close in Nick Fleury. There you see a battle still going on between these drivers. Brian Dorsey in the 9 being able to make his way by Fleury. Tom Richter, Mike Grandy, Cole Gray, Mike Berg right there in the mix, still all knocking on the door of the top 10. Berg on the outside looking in. Battle still hot and heavy right here between Chris Dean, GT Irizarry, and Kyle Jett. Jett looking to the inside, trying to make the pass work right now. Still close quarters racing off of turn number 4 just behind them. The 9 of Brian Dorsey. He likes what he sees because the more these two drivers battle side by side, the closer he's going to get. And way up the track goes the 2 of Dean through 3 and 4. That's going to give the spot to Jett. Jett now looking to close the distance on Irizarry, as Irizarry is slowly but surely starting to chip away at the lead. The 2 drivers in front of him have put on over him right now, sitting about 0.8 of a second off of Brett Hahn and about 1.2 seconds off of Tanner Tallarico. So Tallarico sitting pretty right now at the top spot, and he's going to go ahead and book the most laps led bonus point as well here tonight. So the only thing left for Tallarico to do to maximize the bonus points here tonight is going to be to win the race, and right now it is looking like that may just be what he does as the field makes their way right into your living room, crossing the stripe to begin lap number 98 out of the 130 scheduled here tonight in Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com's Pro Cup Series. BladeNode.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds. And lap times looking like they're starting to fall off. Brett Hahn running the same times as your race leader that time by. It looks like one of the only drivers faster than them was GT Irizarry as well as Kyle Jett. Both of those 2 drivers, they're moving their way into the fray. Could we have ourselves a 4-way battle at the front of the field in the later stages? We'll have to wait and see how it all shakes out. Will these drivers be able to make it all the way to the end of the race, or will we see some dashes to pit road for some splashes? We'll have to wait and see how all that shakes out. Tallarico still with a 4, now almost 5 car race lead over Brett Hahn. Another battle on track. There you see it, 3-4 cars right there battling for position. That's Chris Dean, Brian Dorsey, and Tom Richard right there in the 7th spot. Mike Grandy, Nick Fleury in 9th. Mike Berg rounds out your top 10. Here's another battle, 3-4 cars. Take a look at this. Fleury trying to keep himself inside the top 10. He's going to take away that 8th spot, put Berg back to 9th. Now Grandy in 10th. There's multiple small battles, 3 and 4 car battles all through this racetrack. There you see we're clued in right now on Nick Fleury and Mike Berg, Jay Morris, Mike Grandy, all battling for position, but just in front of them, Chris Dean, Brian Dorsey, Tom Ritter, they're battling for spots. GT Irizarry, Kyle Jett, they're battling for 3rd and 4th. Back at the front, they're battling for the top spot. Brett Hahn, he's closed the distance back up, now within just about 3 car lengths of your race leader Tallarico, and we've seen Tallarico do this, kind of ease up a little bit. I don't want to say ease up because the lap time is there. That time he was faster than anybody else on the track, so Tallarico, he's not playing possum. But it seems like he takes it a little bit easier, runs a little bit different line every few laps, gives the tires a little bit of a break, and then he pulls what I call a Lewis Hamilton hammer down one good lap, and he pushes that gap back up to where it was, gets the speed back into the car for a few laps, and takes it easy for a lap. Not easy on the throttle, but just easy on the tires. Lane choice through the corners can mean everything on these tires. It's not just how much you're in the throttle, it's where you're getting the mechanical grip. One of the bigger side of things here at Rockingham, more so than the aerodynamics of this track, of the cars on the track. The mechanical grip has got to be there for these drivers to do what they need to do at certain point in times. As we watch your front two drivers make their way down and around some back markers here, that's going to put 17 drivers left on the lead lap. Travis Everett in the 13 machine in danger of going one lap down. He is the final car one lap down, and he is just in front of your race leader. Some of those battles for position starting to calm down. We'll go back and we'll check out this battle. This battle right here is for that 10th and final spot inside of the top 10 right now. Jay Morris in the 27 has it. Cole Gray and Mike Grandy, they're trying to settle this 11th spot, and then they've got to go and make up at about 2 seconds to get to Morris to take that 10th spot away. So Morris doing all he can to secure a good run here tonight with just 22 laps remaining. Field still under green flag conditions since I believe it was about lap 85 when the last caution. I don't want to say the final, because just when I do, you know what happened. Good close battle being had right here for the 11th position. The 44 of Cole Gray has this spot. Mike Grandy Sr. right there behind him in the 12 machine, trying to take that spot away. And I want to mention this, ladies and gentlemen, because this is big. We've got a lot of drivers caught up right now and down a lap. We have drivers that led laps being down a lap here. Michael Sturgill in the 90. He was up there leading at one point in time here tonight. Now finds himself back behind the wall, all the way back in the 27th position. We have got a ton of drivers down off of the lead lap. About half of the field has been put down one lap. Eddie Behan now sitting as the last car on the lead lap, just barely in front of your race leaders. There you see him, driver of that 55 machine. And don't look now, Ma. The race leaders, they are closing in very fast. Tanner Tallarico crossing the line, 18 laps to go this time by, and still able to keep that one machine right there hugging that yellow line. That is a big task all in itself to be this deep in a run. About 30 or so laps into the run and still getting the turn off into the corner that you want. That is one heck of a job by the driver and crew to get that car turning the way that Tallarico needs it to turn all the way throughout the run. And, well, as we hit a moment here in tonight's race where things are a little bit stretched out, we're going to go ahead, give you a little rundown on the field here tonight as they run right now, sitting top of the speed charts, top of the leaderboard, the one of Tanner Tallarico. Back in the second spot, up 9 positions from where he started tonight's race, the 71 of Brett Hahn. And caution flag flies. Looks like Jeff Sharp may have been involved. The 19 hard into the wall. We'll check out, see what happened here. There you see that 19 is Sharp. Coming off of turn 2, everything looks fine. In the 67 out of shape, catching the 19, almost up and over. Goes the 67, and hard impact for that 19 machine. Ooh, I hate to see that. Andy Cork, he's worse for the wear as well, but there you see the impact, and once again, almost up and over goes that 67 machine. We'll back it up one more time. And there you see it. Whew, never good when you see the under cage of a race car Cork being able to walk away from this one. So, I'll tell you what, that changes a lot of things. That changes a lot of dynamics here as we find ourselves under the 4th caution here tonight from Rockingham Speedway. Looks like the leader's going to come to pit road, so their driver's going to get some fresh tires, and that's going to be at least 3 sets of tires for the front of the field. All these drivers stopping just twice so far here tonight, and you got to keep that in mind. Only 4 sets of tires for these drivers, or only 4 sets of tires in the pits, I should say. 5 if you count the one they start the race on. But there's one more set down there for a few of these drivers. Some of them have been to pit road more than the others. Looks like Mike Berg may have taken his last set of fresh tires, so we'll have to wait and see how all that shakes out. Travis Everett, look at this. Driver of the 13 machine. He's going to make his way back onto the track, and it looks like he's going to actually come off of pit road first. And it looks like he may inherit the race lead here. And no breaking off and back down pit road once again is that 13 machine. So that's going to put Tanner Tallarico back at the front of the field for this restart. And I tell you what, let's see if we can't get in a few words here under caution with your race leader. Let's see if we can't dial up the one machine of Tallarico. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Hey, bud, sitting pretty up at the front. That's where you've been most of the night. How's it feel out there in the car, and you think you got what it takes underneath the hood of that one machine to get it done for these final 10 laps?
I think I got a shot for sure. I definitely think that I'm probably a little better on the long run, so I didn't really want to see that caution come out right there, but I think I've got a decent amount of guys up here with me that I've ran around before, so I'm confident that hopefully we make it to the end this time, and if we can do that, I think we're sitting pretty good right now.
Well, I'm going to look at a little bit of a big picture here real quick before we get the one to go. Coming into tonight's race, you had a 63 point advantage in the point standings. The top 8 make it into the chase. If you happen to get the race win here tonight, that makes it 3 on the season. Do you think that gives you any breathing room? Can you kind of calm down a little bit and not necessarily focus so much on the chase part of it? Just kind of enjoy a few weeks of racing?
Absolutely. I mean, that's really my whole goal, is to just try to get myself locked in, hopefully before Talladega, which is right before the cutoff for the chase. So I've been telling myself all this beginning of the season, I just want to have enough points racked up to where I can go into there and not have to worry about anything. So that's kind of the goal right now. And when we get there, that'd be great. And then we just got to hold on to it.
All right, my man. Well, thank the sponsors and good luck. Elbows up.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
All right, so Tallarico thinks he may have what he needs underneath the hood of that Advanced Auto Parts #1 machine. We'll see if he can put it into victory lane as the Chevy Silverado pace truck gonna duck off this time by. We'll get set to go back. Green flag racing once again here at The Rock in Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, brought to you by BladeNode.com. Blade Node, simple web solutions powered by nerds. And now looking for some power, and into the walls, the 17 flurry into him, the 25 hard impact in his night is going to come to an end, barreling, and here comes the 101. More cars involved. Oh my goodness. Big time crash late here at Rockingham. The 17 goes around. Oh my goodness. Kyle Jett getting involved. Nick Fleury involved. More drivers coming around. The 101 looks like the 17 involved. The 63, Mike Berg being able to get by. Ooh. Jett, Fleury, Gainforth, Dean, all involved in this latest incident. That's going to be another 4 drivers that are going to have to go to pit road to try to fix up their machines. And, well, you heard Tallarico say not really liking his car on the short runs, and that is going to be exactly what we have on our hands. It won't be an official attempt at a green-white checker, but it is going to be a very, very close to a green-white checker. Going to have about 5 laps, I believe it is, to go here tonight. Once we go back green flag racing here at Rockingham Speedway for Cyber Thunder's BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. Do want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight. Want to thank all the sponsors out there for everything they do here, not just at Turn 3, but also here at Cyber Thunder BladeNode.com Pro Cup Series. Big shout out to BladeNode.com. Shout out to Tanner Tallarico for Tallarico Designs. Also, big shout out to Relentless Wrestling. Big shout out also to Mountain Mafia Bullies. A lot of other ones in the mix. Big shout out to a few personal friends out there. How you doing? How you feeling? You know who you are. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Things are going to get hot and heavy here, a little bit crazy at the end of tonight's race here at Rockingham Speedway. Chevy Silverado pace truck lights going to go off this time by. No, they don't. They're going to stay on for one more lap. Well, you know what that does? That lets me take about a 30-second commercial break. So we're going to go ahead and do that, pay a few more bills here. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Field making their way back to the stripe, this time by Chevy Silverado pace truck lights should be going off, and indeed they do. We have 7 laps remaining, 6 to go when we take the green flag. This time by the front of the field looks a little something like this. Tanner Tallarico will start the race from the inside once again, just to his outside. That 14 machine of GT Irizarry, Mike Berg, Tom Richter make up your second row. Row number 3, Jay Morrison, Brian Dorsey, Cole Gray, Brett Hahn. In row number 4, Chris Wold and Travis Everett round out your top 10 here for what could be our 5th and final restart of the night here from Rockingham Speedway Field. Now getting all bunched up, all double file, ready to fire things off once again, coming off of turn number 4. We've seen the outside lane get going. Will it have enough on this restart? When will Tallarico go? Waiting for it on the gas, and away we go. Green flag in the air. Big push on the back of that 14 machine from the 34. That may push that 14 just clear enough. He's going to have the run. Here comes Irizarry to the front. Big block. Irizarry into the wall. The 81 goes around. Richter involved. The whole front of the field. Brett Hahn. Big time crash here late at the Rock. Oh my. Oh my goodness. I tell you what. Oh my. We'll take another look. There you see contact being made. Oh, and just look at all of the drivers. Oh my goodness. Just tore completely up. Tanner Tallarico, no front clip after this one. Oh my gosh, and I tell you what, let's get the wreck coming right in your living room for you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, just look at everybody. Jay Morris, GT Irizarry, the whole field really caught up in this one. Oh, Tough impact for Richter. Oh, hard impact. He almost came to a complete stop. Brett Hahn was almost clear of this one. Let's go on board with Hahn here. Oh, trying and sawing on the wheel, but just not able to get the job done. One more look at it from the cockpit. There you see him trying to check up. And oh, there he goes. And more drivers coming in, getting a piece towards the end of that one. The big one here at Rockingham Speedway, and that's going to collect multiple drivers here. Oh my goodness. Well, race fans, that's going to put us under caution once again here tonight, and that is going to bring us to our one and only attempt at a green-white checkered finish. After a green-white checkered finish last week, that timing and scoring got a little bit out of whack. Admin's forward thinking here tonight went ahead and scheduled 2. However, if we have a caution that ends the race, the field will just maintain pace speed to make sure all the finishing orders are correct. So still only one green-white checkered attempt, and that's what we're going to find ourselves right up in the middle of here. And it's going to be a mixed bag at the front of this field. I don't know what's going to happen because there is going to be a ton of drivers with a ton of damage at the front of the field. Mike Berg, there you can see him, no front clip on his 81 machine. Brian Dorsey in the 9 machine, he looks like he may be one of the cleanest drivers out there on track. The 32 of Chris Wold, he's also looks fairly clean out there. A little bit of damage there on his rear bumper. And as we get the frontal shot, no front clip, no nose on that 32 machine. He's going to have a rough go at it, as well as Brett Hahn. Mike Grandy looking like he may be one of the drivers that has a shot in a nice clean car. Crank Bell a little bit beat up. The 2 also Chris Dean with some missing fenders and parts on his machine. So looks like Rockingham Speedway has turned into a race of attrition as we work ourselves into overtime here from The Rock. And who has got what it takes to put themselves in victory lane here in week number 8 in Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, presented to you by BladeNode.com. BladeNode, simple web solutions powered by nerds. This is gonna be one heck of a restarts, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We are fixing to find out who is going to walk away with the checkered flag. Chevy Silverado pace truck going to duck off for the final time. We are set to go back racing and find out who's going to walk away with the win at The Rock. Sideways on the gas as the 81. The 9 gets a great start. Dorsey to the outside. He's going to clear down into turn number 1. Now here comes more drivers piling in. Crank Bell goes sideways. Caution. Flag flies, and that's going to be it from The Rock here tonight. Brian Dorsey going to walk away with the race win. Brett Hahn with a great restart. He's going to work his way into the 2nd spot. Chris Wold will walk away with the 3rd position. And man, I tell you what, Dorsey and Wold, both of those drivers, man, what a race. Biggest mover of the race, driver of that 32 machine. Wold, he has moved up 19 positions from where he started tonight's race, and big time shout out for him for just staying on it, staying with it all evening long, walking away with a great finish and a podium finish. We will make a few pace laps here, and then the field will go ahead and do the final few laps at pace speed. So we'll have a little bit of a moment. And I tell you what, why don't we do things a little bit different here? Why don't we, tell you what. we do have some wave rounds going on, things of that nature. So we'll continue to let the race officials get everything worked out, get everything situated on their end, make sure that the all the timing and scoring and everything of that nature is correct. After a rough restart there, Mike Berg falls from the lead on the final restart back to the fourth spot. That puts Dorsey into first, Brett Hahn into second, and Chris Wold will round out the podium spots here tonight. Going to finish in the third spot with that Boise State paint scheme. I can't say I'm mad at it. I mean, I can't. I kind of like that thing. It looks pretty sweet here. I mean, it could use a front clip. Let's just say that. And we'll leave it there. All right, race fans. Well, race in the bag. I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and do it. Well, I mean, why not? We're going to go ahead and we're going to pull the trigger on this one. And we're going to go up there and see if we can't get a word in with the driver of that 9 machine. Brian Dorsey is Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, 10-4.
Hey, man, you can go ahead and celebrate, scream, and shout, buddy. It's yours. It's in the bag. Man, heck of a job. Heck of a restart there. At any point tonight, did you think that you and the 9 crew had what it took to get that Ford Mustang into victory lane?
Nah, don't have much experience here at Rockingham, so I was just using practice and then got in a race and just trying to find my rhythm. And at some point, I found myself in the top 10. I felt good that I could finish in the top 10, and then everybody started wrecking. I found myself there on the front row in that last restart.
Well, man, we'll get to you in post-race interviews as well. Just wanted to come and just check you out, check out how you feeling, and make sure you give us a good smoke show when eventually. Once we get to that point, man, congratulations, hats off with a great race win. We'll talk to you here in just a moment when you don't have your hands full.
All right, 10-4.
There you have it, a little bit of comments and commentary from the drivers sitting inside of that number 9 Ford Mustang. Brian Dorsey walking away with the race win here tonight. Heck of a job, heck of a show all night long. And while the field makes their way around the track under caution, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll get things all ready to go for your post-race interviews, and when we get back, we'll get all this sorted out, wrapped up, and yeah, you know how all that is. Driver's going to get the green flag, but once again, caution gonna fly. These drivers just gonna go around the track at pace speed, so not missing anything. Gonna assure you of that. We're gonna step away for just a brief moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's gonna pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's gonna get them all done with. What amazing!
Lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is gonna touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save!
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Leonard drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the Paravolca. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the Paravolca. That's beautifully done there. Makashube, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
The field is rolling on the back straightaway.
Get ready. This is going to be tight.
North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this .625-mile racetrack. Here's the starting lineup. On the pole from Dawsonville, Georgia, in the number 9 Coors Ford qualifying and Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison.
His second win of 1987.
Back trackside here at Rockingham Speedway as tonight's Rockin' 130 here from The Rock has been in the bag for the past few moments, and that has given us a brief opportunity to catch up with the driver that finished in the third spot here tonight, walking away with the podium finish for the first time here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Joining us in the broadcast booth, the driver of that 32 machine. Chris, it's Dave in the booth. How you doing?
I'm good, Dave. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Do me a favor real quick. Say your last name.
Wold. Like everything you're looking for in a driver, all wold into one.
All wold into one. All whitey. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Man, a heck of a race out there for you. You capitalized on some incidents for some other drivers, but fortunately for yourself, you were able to walk away with a great finish because of it. How'd the car feel out there all night, man, and how you feeling after tonight's race?
Yeah, I feel great getting to the top, third place in this race. But yeah, it was a lot of luck there. Just kept it clean and kept myself out of some of those wrecks. And I know the last one there took my bumper off, but still was able to hold on for that green-white checkered. And yeah, all night the car felt great, just making sure backing up the corners and just trying to keep these tires healthy under me. And then, like I said, just trying to keep as long as my nose clean until that final wreck. That was the goal.
Well, man, we're about halfway in the regular season here. You find yourself just outside of being able to make the chase here. Do you think this third place gives you any momentum heading into Las Vegas next week?
I sure hope it does. I think we hopefully keep the momentum going, just chip away at it as much as I can each race and see what I can do. Vegas is a good, fun track, very similar to my home track out here at Atlanta. So just keep the pedal down and try to keep the back end under me.
All right, my man. Well, once again, congratulations. Great finish. Great race for you and the whole 32 crew over there at Underdog Racing. So before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. A big thank you to the team, right? Underdog Racing. And then obviously got to thank the wife, letting me race. Happy wife, happy life. So thankful for letting her letting me do this every night.
Smart man. You will get to race again next week. Thanking the most important one. Congratulations on a great race once again. We look forward to catching up with you next week.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. There you have it. Driver of that 32 machine, Chris Wold, doing a great job walking away with the third spot here tonight. And that's going to bring us to a familiar face out there on TV land. You know him. I know him. He's got fans, friends, and family tuning in each week to watch him get to victory lane. Unfortunately, the Jet not getting there tonight, but walking away with a second place. Brett, how you doing? How you feeling? Is Dave in the booth? You got a copy?
Yeah, I do, Dave. Whew, that was a tough one for sure. Another wild one, just second place finish.
Yeah, a little bit of a wild one there towards the end. A little bit of beating and banging going on. The car had seen some better days, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure. That big one that involved Tanner and the whole field. I tried to check up, and I just, I think I got ran over from the rear, and I hit head on in the wall. So the next restart, I'm like, hopefully this thing even turns, and hauled it around the top side front, following Dorsey, and I'm like, hopefully we don't get a caution. And I look up in my mirror, and I just see more smoke. I'm like, God dang, caution's coming out any second now.
Well, Brett, I'm gonna talk to you a big picture here for just a moment. Coming into tonight's race, you were third in the points, 71 points behind Tanner Tallarico, just a handful of points behind the 14 of Irizarry. You were able to finish better than both of those drivers here. You're gonna gain a little bit. Are you in a comfortable spot yet heading to the chase, or is there just too many races in front of you to be too comfortable yet?
Yeah, there's still a few too many races in front of me to feel comfortable with. How you can see even how tonight turned out. You can go from first to almost last, like I did with 15 to go. I got a speeding penalty on pit road, and that put me all the way to 15. So anything can happen. You can lose a whole bunch of points in a blink of an eye in these Cup cars here.
Well, Brett, once again, man, a pleasure talking to you in the post-race interviews, and I may just go ahead and put a stool up here in the production booth for you because you seem to make a visit each and every week. So once again, congratulations on a great race weekend again. And, yeah, man, we'll look forward to catching up with you at Las Vegas, and maybe we'll see you again at Iowa. What do you say?
Yeah, for sure, Dave. I'd love to be talking to you every week. I try and pride myself on consistency, even though we haven't got it done and parked it in victory lane yet. I'm proud to be at least in the top 3 for most of these finishes here in the recent weeks, which I pride myself on consistency, and I'm making myself proud, and hopefully all the fans out there for the Brett Jet machine.
All right, my man. Well, go ahead and thank any of the sponsors and give your shout-outs and thank yous, love yous, and we'll let you enjoy the second place.
All right, thanks, Dave. First, I'd like to thank you for putting on this broadcast with Turn 3 Racing Network. We'd like to thank Blade Node for sponsoring this series. All the admins out there that admin these races, make sure everything is up to par. I'd like to thank Tanner for painting up this sweet Brett the Jet mobile. I want to thank all the Brett the Jet fans out there, my friends, family, mom, dad, girlfriend, brother, sister. And, yeah, hopefully I can talk to you here soon, Dave.
All right, my man. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll look to catch up with you at Las Vegas.
All right, sounds good, Dave. Everyone have a good night.
All right, there you have a few final parting words from the driver finishing in the second spot here tonight. No stranger to the podium here in post-race interviews at the Turn 3 Racing Network, and that's going to bring it to this man on screen, burning it down, enjoying the fun, walking away with the race win here tonight, the number 9 of Brian Dorsey. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, my man, going back, watching the replay of you burning it down here, enjoying the celebration. How you feeling, man? You got to be feeling good being able to put your name in the short list of winners this season.
Oh, yeah, man. It feels awesome when one of these things. These things aren't easy to win, so when you get one, you got to appreciate it.
Now, we talked to you just a moment there under that final little green-white checkered, make sure the finishing order is correct deal. Are you any more excited now that it is in the bag? It is official. The win is really yours.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Like I said, it's awesome when one of these things. We had a race last night. I was doing well in, led the most laps, and I gave that thing away. So I was kind of upset with myself from last night's race. So this kind of makes me feel a heck of a lot better.
Well, man, as I already said, the list of race winners very short. Only 5 so far this season. You make the 6th. Still a good half of the season left to be done before we head off into the chase. Do you think this gives you any momentum heading towards Las Vegas or maybe Iowa to possibly slowly chip away in the points and find yourself maybe with a chance to break into the top 8 and walk away in the championship hunt?
Oh, yeah, man. I come out here every week. I feel good when I come out and race every week. I can compete. Maybe not those top two or three guys every week, but I feel like the more laps I make, the better and better I get. So I think by the end of the season, I'll be ready to compete with all of them.
Well, Brian, my man, excuse me, once again, congratulations on a great race win, being at the right place at the right time, capitalizing when you needed to, kicking the door in when it just opened an inch. Heck of a job once again. Congratulations. And before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love you, thank anybody on the side of the car?
Oh, man, I just appreciate the guys that put on the league. A good group of guys. Love race with them. Of course, BladeNode.com for, sponsoring the league, and of course you and Turn 3 for letting us show off.
All right, my man. Well, once again, congratulations, and we'll look forward to catching up with you next week at Las Vegas.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
There you have it. Final words from your race winner, driver of that 9 machine, Brian Dorsey. He does what few drivers have been able to do all season long, and that is put themselves into the winners column. And I mean, my goodness, what a race, what a night it has been, race fans. I mean, there was stuff all over the board, and the big one late in the race, man, that mixed things up for sure. That got things all out of whack. And a few drivers found themselves way back through the finishing order, and it looks like the producers done hearing me run my mouth. They want me to go ahead and do the official or unofficial race results from tonight here at Rockingham Speedway. It looks a little something like this. Walking away with the race win, the 9 of Brian Dorsey. Finishing in second on the podium spots, once again, the 71 of Brett Hahn. And just behind him, podium for the first time here tonight, from Rockingham Speedway, driver of the 32 machine, Chris Wold. Mike Bergen, the 81, going to slot home in 4th. Rounding out your top 5 will be the 12 of Mike Grandy, Richard Pruitt in 6th, 7th, Tanner Tallarico, Eric Moyer in 8th, 9th, Tom Richter 10th. Goes to Jamie Beasley, Eddie Behan in 8th, 12th, David Gain 4th, Bob Rogerson in 13th, 14th to Chris Dean, Travis Everett in 15th, 16th goes to Crank Bell, 17th to Nick Fleury, Indy Cork, gonna finish in the 18th spot, now 19th. Well, if I could somehow get my scoring to work, maybe we could continue. So Andy Cork in 18th, 19th will be Cole Gray. GT Irizarry sitting in 20th. 21st spot goes to Jay Morris. Kyle Jett in 22nd. Jeff Sharp gonna finish in the 23rd finishing position. Eric Anderson walking away in 24th. 25th will be Dan Diaz. 25th goes to Dan Diaz, 26th to Paul Turner, Mike Sturgill finishing in 27th, 28th goes to Tom Rogers, and Andrew Payne rounds out the field here from tonight's race from Rockingham Speedway. And oh my goodness, what a night it has been, race fans, and we do appreciate each and every time you stop by. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 Racing headquarters. We do appreciate each and every time you join us here, whether it's live or the next day. We don't care. It doesn't matter. Without you, there'd be no us. So thank you once again for joining us here tonight. With that being said, race fans, stay safe, stay loved. We'll see you in Turn 3.